Winning NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year and then making the Pro Bowl in just his second season, Kyler Murray has made it abundantly clear that he belongs in the league and isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Here are 10 things you didn't know about the NFL's next bright young star. Greatest high school quarterback in Texas history. Texas is one of the best, if not the best, high school football states in the country, so this is definitely a bold claim, but one that Kyler's numbers back up. For starters, he went 42-0 in his high school career, winning 3 straight state titles in the process for Allen High School. He did more than just win games, though. Combining his junior and senior seasons, Murray threw for 7,640 yards and 91 touchdowns, while being just as dominant on the ground, rushing for 2,737 yards and 42 touchdowns. That's over 10,000 total yards and 133 touchdowns in just 2 seasons. Video game-like stats. Also, consider the fact that Kyler sat out a handful of fourth quarters in blowouts. Matt Wixon, who spent 18 years as a Dallas Morning News high school sports columnist and covered Murray's career, said, "I think the majority of people put him number 1," in reference to Kyler being the best player in Texas high school football history. Not even just best QB, but best overall player ever. Transferred from Texas A&M to Oklahoma. Even though Kyler was nearly a consensus 5-star recruit coming out of high school, thanks to the excellence just described, his college career did not get off to the smoothest start. He lost out on the Aggies' starting QB spot as a freshman and got some playing time after the starter struggled. Murray would go on to announce his intention to transfer as the regular season ended. Kyler ended up in Norman, where he would again serve as someone's backup, with it being Baker Mayfield this time. While you can argue about who is better now, you can't argue with Murray waiting his turn then, as Mayfield won the Heisman Trophy that season, and Kyler's time in the spotlight would soon come after waiting in the wings. Had the highest passer rating in Heisman history. To say Murray made the most of his chance as the face of the Sooners would be an understatement. He led his squad to a 12-1 record and a berth in the college football playoff. He also won the Heisman Trophy that season, and did so in historic fashion. Kyler set a Heisman record for highest pass efficiency rating at 205.72, the year he won the award, eclipsing the mark set by his predecessor Baker Mayfield, as he threw for 4,053 yards and 40 touchdowns with just 7 interceptions. Kyler also holds the Heisman record for most yards per play at 10.68, averaging over a first down every play isn't half bad. Was selected in the first round of the MLB draft. That Heisman season actually almost never happened, as Kyler was selected with the 9th overall pick in the 2018 MLB draft by the Oakland A's. This was following a season where Kyler batted .296 with 10 home runs, 47 RBIs, and 10 stolen bases, playing center field for the Sooners baseball team. Murray even signed a contract with the A's, which included a $4.66 million signing bonus. Oakland knew Kyler still loved football, though, so they let him go back to Oklahoma to play one more season, with the agreement that he would come to spring training after. That decision didn't work out so well for the A's, as Kyler went back to school and lit the college football world on fire, and his play elevated him into conversations of becoming the top pick in the upcoming NFL draft. Murray eventually returned $1.29 million of the $1.5 million he'd already received from the club for his signing bonus, and forfeited the remaining $3.16 million. He is the only athlete to ever be selected in the first round of both the NFL and MLB drafts. Comes from an athletic family. With Kyler being a top 10 pick in 2 separate professional sports drafts, it shouldn't come as a shock that athletic genes run rampant in his family. Both his father Kevin and his uncle Calvin were professional baseball players. After Kevin spent some time in the Brewers minor league organization, he decided he wanted to play football again. So he went back to school and suited up on the gridiron for Texas A&M. At quarterback, he led the Aggies to 2 conference championships and was a 2-time All-American. Kevin was passed on in the NFL draft, and some people attributed that to injury concerns. But his college offensive coordinator alleged that he was blackballed after going undrafted, while being projected as a 2nd or 4th rounder. Kyler credits his father with teaching him everything he knows about the game of football. While many QBs now work with quarterback gurus to help them up their game, Kyler's guru has always been the same, his father. Is signed to FaZe Clan. As if being a professional football player and almost professional baseball player wasn't enough, Kyler needed to add one more professional label to his already impressive resume. FaZe Clan one of the largest esports and gaming organizations in the world, or as Kyler called them, the Nike of gaming, added Murray to their roster in April of 2021. Murray said, "I think I'm one of the better players around the athletic community, so tapping into the gaming world was definitely something that I was looking forward to doing. The fact that I get to do it like this is icing on the cake." While you may think that Kyler just got this opportunity because of his football notoriety, that's supposedly not the case. FaZe CEO Lee Trink said, "We're not recruiting people just because of fame. It's got to be connected to what we're doing on a serious level. Like, when you talk to Kyler, it's apparent how much gaming is a kind of foundational part of his life, of both in entertaining himself, him sharpening his competitive skills, using it to decompress." Cliff Kingsbury wanted to coach Kyler since high school. While an offensive coordinator at Texas A&M, Cliff Kingsbury began recruiting Kyler all the way back in 2012, when Murray was just a sophomore in high school. Kingsbury leaving the Aggies to become the head coach at Texas Tech the following season did not stop his pursuit of Kyler, who, as we know, ended up committing and going to A&M. On what he saw in the then 16-year-old Kyler, Kingsbury said, "I'd seen great throwers, and I'd seen guys that could really run, but never in the complete package to that extent. I mean, it was like the best runner you've seen, with quick twitch and ridiculous movement skills, and one of the best drop-back, accurate, smooth motion, tight spiral passers you've ever seen. I was captivated then, and have been ever since, really." I doubt either party would have envisioned Kingsbury's chance to finally coach Murray coming with Cliff as an NFL head coach, but that's how things worked out. Was a chess champion. So, not only is Kyler a world-class multi-sport athlete and professional gamer, but he also is an amazing chess player. Just like on the football field, the guy can do it all off of it. Kyler started playing chess in the 4th grade and was a member of the 110-person chess club in elementary school, where he quickly became one of the best players there, winning weekly tournaments. He finished his elementary school career as the Deegan Elementary chess champion. Kyler still plays chess to this day, as he feels it relates to football. Murray said, "Obviously in football, you can study somebody, but at the same time, once you get out there, I think there's just a natural kind of feel for where you think guys might be or where they're going to go, and knowing beforehand what's going to happen. It's just like chess." Is of Korean descent. Murray became the first ever Asian American to be selected #1 overall in the NFL draft. Kyler's Asian roots come from his mother's side of the family, as she is Korean American. In 2018, Kyler was spotted sporting a black dragon-imprinted kimono jacket, and this choice of outfit was no coincidence. His mom said, "When we saw the jacket, it was like, gotta have it, because we're all about representing our Asian culture." That subtle statement came across as kind of a strong statement, but it's awesome. Kyler also once said in an interview how he wishes to take his mom to South Korea on a trip someday. Broke every Cardinals rookie QB record. It's safe to say that Kyler lived up to the sky-high expectations in his rookie season, after being the first overall pick in the draft. Starting every game for the Cards that year, Murray shattered franchise record after franchise record. Saying he broke every Cardinals rookie QB record is not hyperbole. Kyler actually did. Most passing yards with 3,722, passing touchdowns with 20, rushing yards with 544, rushing touchdowns with 4, highest completion percentage at 64.4%, and highest passer rating at 87.4. The season wasn't considered special just in terms of franchise records. It was also enough to help Murray bring home the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year award. His rookie season served as a sign of things to come, as Kyler looks like one of the best young stars in the game today.